We're trying out a new convention today. We're at the Travel and Adventure Show. And so this has been going on in Chicago for a few years. I don't know exactly how long, but this is, again, the first time I've ever attended and the first time she's ever attended as well. So we're gonna see what we can find out. We've already got our travel plans this year, but maybe we get some ideas for next year.
Here we have an A-frame trailer. It's a little something different than what we see some people traveling in. Got a little breakfast nook inside there. It's a tiny little bed, a lot like a cruise ship bed. Sink. Here we have Abraham Lincoln promoting Springfield, Illinois. We've been there a few times.
Did you have fun?
We did have lots of fun. We enjoyed your museum. Lots of interactive things.
This is my latest brochure. Be sure to take this with you. Would you like to put that in your bag? Come down and visit my house. 20 miles further, where I first landed in New Salem.
Thank you. One of the things they offer here is a trial of scuba diving. So these people brought their swimsuits and they're provided a wetsuit and able to try the scuba. Don't go too fast.
Not me, I'm not going. She's gonna go. You're gonna go.
It's great to be in Chicago. This is one of my favorite cities, and of course I've been able to shoot here many years that I have been in the travel business. And I was all set to come Thursday night and do a lot of press for this event on Friday. But they called us Wednesday and they said everything is canceled because apparently something's happening on Friday. Like, you know, an inauguration. And I don't know why we didn't realize that. But so all of a sudden, I had a totally clean slate and I had a free day in Chicago. And yeah, so So I was like, yes. And so my husband and I, what I love most about this city is all the incredible ethnic neighborhoods. It just gives it such an amazing sort of patchwork identity. And we headed over to the Pilsen neighborhood, which has a wonderful museum of Mexican art. Check that out. Had great food at Carnitas Urapa. Am I saying that correctly? And then we headed over to Andersonville, which is the Swedish neighborhood. Checked out that museum. And I went to the Andersonville Galleria. Does anyone know about this? This is wonderful. It's 90 artists, all local Chicago artists, creating their own sort of really wonderful, unique arts, clothing, souvenirs. It's a really great place. So wherever I go, I always want to check out the local places and really support local shops and artists. So I had a great day. And at the end of the day, I ate at Gibson's and I had a pork chop the size of my face. Because for the last 17 years, my motto has never changed. And it's always been, if I can do it, you can do it. Now I have a real uphill battle because with public television, you gotta raise all your own cash for it. But we're making it happen. Travel shows are expensive, but I feel so strongly in the message of this show. And also the message that travel gives us and how that message is more important now than it really has ever been. Because if you were like me, you spent 2016 just feeling like you'd been punched in the gut on a regular basis of just how inhumane and terrorizing people and this world can be. But the other lesson that I have learned putting in 23,000 hours is that people are wonderful. Regardless of religion, of race, of political affiliation, people are wonderful and they create incredible experiences that we get to be a part of. It was €1 at the time. You needed 2 hands to hold it. And there were no tables, no chairs. You just stood there on a cold cement sidewalk and you ate it. It was great. And when that episode aired, everyone wanted to know, where is that man located? And this really surprised me because we had done plenty of eating segments all over Europe. And I melted because all of that negativity I had been feeling. Like, poor me, I'm in China. Just dissolved. And I couldn't believe how lucky I was that this was the only place I wanted to be. I was so lucky to have that moment that said, you're here, enjoy it. And that is why I love my walks. I am always in search of that moment that is marvelous and mundane. And I'm never looking for the exclamation points. The best of. The wall is steep, so I don't want to paint too rosy a picture. But we had this shot. This was the opening of the show. And then when we made it over that tower, we saw this. And that was amazing. That is when all of a sudden you didn't hear a soul. You didn't hear a sound. You heard the wind and you got to see the wall as it just kind of moved like a serpent through the landscape, and I felt the wind on my face, and I just thought, I am having this amazing moment. And I had that at Bottle Lane. So just go for a little walk. Funny story about the Great Wall. When we were there shooting, I was carrying a backpack, and I had the camera batteries in the backpack, 2 of them, and they're called bricks. And they're called bricks because they're as heavy as, and they're as big as. They're heavy. So I'm going through this crowd, and I'm just like, people are knocking into me. They're getting quite a kickback. And so I turned to my soundman, who's from Beijing, he's Chinese, and I said, I want to say, pardon me or excuse me to these people. And he said, why? I said, well, because I keep hitting them with the heavy batteries. So how do you say excuse me in Chinese? He says, you don't. And where would I like to go back to? I'd love to go back to Cape Town. I know that's not a country, but I was doing a show called 50/50, and we were there for literally 50 hours. And I thought, I can't believe I've spent more time in the air than being here. People ask me questions about it, and I just feel like I just missed such an amazing opportunity because of the show. But I'd like to go back to that part of the world.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Finishing off our night at the Five Roses Pub, getting some salmon and some corned beef back there. and we had a really good show. It was well worth the price that we paid for the ticket. Even if we had to pay full price, it would have been $15, which was great. It was $11 online with the code SOCIAL, and we got enough samples and fun stuff to definitely make it worth our while. So we'll definitely be back at the Travel and Adventure Show. Samantha Brown, one of Rick's picks.
You got it.